What's up everyone? My brother and I just finished up planting. This is our third planting right here we just planted. This is all the melons right here, 25 rows of melons. And then right here next to us is the first planting. So we put the third planting next to the first, and then our second one's down there. So these are the ambrosias. We're getting close to being ready to start harvesting. This a little bit smaller one, it's not netted up yet, but there is some right here. They're already netted up. So once they get netted up, it's usually about 2 weeks after they are fully netted. That is when they're usually ready to harvest. And then we have our watermelons and peppers over there. I'm gonna go show you how the watermelons are looking in our first planting. Go run through some of the other melons, see how they're looking right now. We're probably gonna be harvesting these about second week of June is what we think, but obviously Mother Nature basically controls when they are ready and when they're not ready. So I'll go over there, show you how those look, and then I'm gonna get some drone shots. Brought the drone today. Do some aerial videos of this field, and then our second field over there. Second field is barely getting their flowers. They're nice looking plants right now. They look really clean. We already hand weeded them and we cultivated them, so the rows look really nice. All right, I'm right here in our next variety, which is the can-dos. Starting to get netted up. It's starting to get the yellow color. These turn like a vibrant yellow, kind of a little bit darker yellow, sometimes kind of greenish, but these are getting netted up. The ambrosias and can-dos are the first melons that we're going to start harvesting, because they are they're, I believe, 90-day melons, when our other ones are about 120 days, I believe. And so the can-dos and ambrosias are usually always the first ones that we start finding in the field. And then we got, I believe, the Charlene's right next over here. All right, got to the Charlene's. You can see these are a little bit longer ones. They're still pretty small looking, but these ones we probably won't be harvesting until later June. Let's see, I think I've seen a bigger one over here. All right, here, this one's pretty big. Yeah. All right, and then last week we actually came through and opened these rows up for, this is the tractor row. This is where the tractor is going to be going, above these rows right here. And then we're going to harvest this right side and the left side with the trailer. We'll have the bins or our boxes. And so in a week they closed up pretty good, because they weren't the runners, which are the vines basically, they weren't even off the plastic yet. I think I have a picture, I'll post it to see how it looks from, I think, a little over a week ago, and they completely pretty much closed back up. So we're gonna have to do that again. We before we waited too long, and we waited until the melons were on it, and then we moved them, and it wasn't good because there was 3-4 pound melons that we were moving the vines with. And so when we were picking up the vine and there was a 3 to 4 pound melon on it, it ended up breaking the vine. So we did this one a little bit earlier this year, so it should hopefully be easier. They're not gonna be as tangled as before. We have waited too long before. They got really tangled and it was just a headache trying to untangle them. And right here, we're over here by the watermelons. Actually, we just passed some peppers right there. We're gonna have a lot of peppers this year. Last year we had 1 acre, this year we have 2 acres. It doesn't seem like it's that much more, but those pepper plants produce a lot. And right here in the watermelons, we got the little ocelots. See, there's a little one right there. Got some bigger ones up here. We're gonna have a lot of watermelon there. The seeded one, the seeded watermelon. We gotta obviously put the seeded in between any of the seedless watermelons, because if you don't put a seeded in between the seedless, your seedless will end up being seeded watermelons, because the seeded ones are the male plants and the seedless are the females. So you need the male to pollinate the female ones with the bees. Then these are other variety of watermelons we got right here. We have, this is, I believe, 1 acre of watermelons right here. Then we got our peppers down over there. I'll show you that real quick, and then I will post some videos of the drone, see how they look above. It looks nice and green right now. All right, I'm just working my way along the field right here. We just came from right here where the watermelons were at. This is our first planting of peppers. We have 5 different varieties this year. And then this is the second planting that we just planted yesterday. And so this is this first half of the field right here is peppers, and then the last part is watermelons. So it's basically just right here. We did exactly the same thing as the first planting. All right, I'm gonna go get some drone shots right now. And then if you guys have been watching us since last season, since we started our YouTube channel, this is the section where someone was coming in during our season and stealing our watermelons. And so usually we had stopped it right here last year, but this year, since we didn't use this ground, we ended up putting our first planting over here, so it's gonna be even closer to the road. So I'm sure we're gonna have people trying to come in here and take our watermelons or melons. So I'm sure we may end up catching someone this year, because it's a lot closer to the road than it was last year. And then they just walk basically through the cherry field because there's no fence right there, or they will end up just opening the fence because that's the neighbor's fence, and sometimes they leave it open or they don't put a lock on it. And then I got my brother in here. He's being anti-social today. He didn't feel like recording. All right, ended up driving over here to our second planting real quick. See, the roads are looking really nice. Don't see any weeds, really. Very little amount of weeds. Plants are just starting to get flowers on them. But the plant's looking nice and green, healthy.